Hello, everyone, and welcome back to day 9 of the Lean Athlete Lifestyle Show. So happy to have you back, and we are well on our way. We almost have 90 more days to go until this whole thing is complete, and we'll see where things go from there. But on today's episode, I really want to talk about proper warm-up and its importance for you and how it's going to help you prevent injury. We're also going to talk about some techniques that you can use if you are in a really big time crunch, which is going to be the majority of our actual discussion today. So keep that in mind. I do want to talk a lot about what a dynamic warm-up is, what myofibril release is going to be like, and what it means for you. And then again, if you're in a time crunch, how to get a warm-up in as well. Okay, so again, welcome back. So number one, I want to sort of outline what exactly you want to start with when it comes to stretching. I like to do very little cardio, maybe max about 2 to 3 minutes, just to get the heart rate up, get the body warm. If you're warm already, you got a sweater on and all that kind of stuff, you can get right to it. But the first one is going to be more like dynamic stretching. So it gets the muscles moving. It basically lubricates the joints as much as water, of course, will help that. When you do dynamic stretching, it's going to do that much more for it. And it's going to basically stretch out the muscles in an appropriate way in motions and movements that mimic what you're going to be doing in the workout. If you're doing legs, you swing out your legs to stretch the hips. It's going to get used to and manipulate the hips in a good way that way. We're going to discuss a bit more of that maybe in the next few minutes here. But another one is going to be foam rolling. So it's like a mini massage as you're warming up, and it's going to improve circulation throughout the body, which is exactly what you need when you're going into your workout, right? Good circulation is going to help the blood move into those areas. The more the blood is able to move to those areas, the more you're going to experience a lot of muscle growth. You're going to experience a lot of strength as you go through those exercises as well. You know, combine that with creatine and everything else that you might be taking for extra strength boost. It's going to be a good bang for your buck. So today, I did full body, but I was focusing more on push, more on chest, a little bit of hamstrings. So I rolled out those areas, and again, it releases a lot of the good blood, prevents a lot of blood pooling as well, and also releases tension. If you're tense in some areas, what that can do is it can actually loosen up that spot. So when you are going into the actual tension of the movement, it's going to have that release there already. So you're able to better, assist yourself in the workout that way. If that makes sense. Number 3, we're going to talk about activation exercises. So activation exercises essentially is like, say you are going to be doing a squat, you might be doing a lunge prior to that, a bodyweight lunge prior to that, so your quads get warmed up for your squat. You can do hip thrusts to mimic that as well. You can even hold the hip thrust in that position to squeeze the glutes. That way you prevent injury in your back and you have better glute activation as well. Hey, there's a name, activation. Let's say you are going to be doing a bench press, then maybe you might do some push-ups. You don't want to overwhelm yourself and fatigue yourself before you begin this. You really want to just get them warmed up and mimic the exact movement. I think that's a good term for it. Just mimic what you're about to do with weights. So keep that in mind for activation exercises, whatever you're doing. So for today, I did a bench press, and what I would do is I would go down on my knees and I would just do maybe about 10 push-ups that way, and then I would do about 10 from my toes, right? Your individual level might be a little bit different, but that is a great way to get yourself activated and ready to go for that exercise. And then I did also hamstring exercises. So I did a deadlift. It wasn't a Romanian deadlift, so it was more hip-based. So what I did was I did a little bit of hip thrusts to get the glutes activated in there, and I rolled out my hamstrings, and that helped get the blood flowing along with my activation that I did. It's very effective. Cardiovascular warm-up as well. Again, I spend about 2 to 3 minutes on this. You could spend more if you really want to, if it's really cold outside, if the area that you're working might be even more stiff or tense, then that might be a great area to start with. Don't go too crazy. We're not going for performance in the warm-up. Keep the heart rate, perhaps around, for talking percentages, maybe around like the 70% range. You don't want to go too much higher than 80%. And then as far as feeling goes, you might want to go for about a 4 to 5 out of 10 for difficulty exertion, right? The RPE scale. So that's a good thing to keep in mind as well. And then we want to talk about the mindful warm-up. Okay, so the mindful warm-up basically is like mental preparation for what's to come. So you take a look at your workout if it's done by a coach, could be myself, could be something you find on the internet, it could be something you put together yourself. But take a look at it and then mimic and kind of visualize how that's going to feel in the workout itself, or how the warm-up is going to go down, how you're going to produce results based on exactly what you're doing. So that's a really good preparation for it. Even if you look the night before and you just check out, okay, this is what I'm going to be doing, great. You wake up and you know exactly what to pack and you're just prepared. It's almost like a golfer who needs a glove. It's a supplement into going into playing golf, and it improves their game. So those are the 5 points. I do want to touch more on, if you're in a pinch, what to do. And I talk about this with clients all the time, and I really do feel like it does help. So if you're in a time crunch, but you still want to get warmed up and you still want to get things done efficiently, what you can do, say for example, you're going to start off with a leg press. We're just going to use that as an example. Then what you can do is you can do a really, really light first set of leg press, very, very light. And then from there, you can bring the foam roller with you beside you if there's room. Okay, if there's not room, then maybe you can double back to the mat or the stretching area and then roll it out there, head back to the leg press machine. You might feel uncomfortable doing this because you're holding a machine, right? It depends on what time you're going. If you're going in the evening, yes, it's going to be difficult to do this. You can even do leg swings right in front of your machine that's with you. So that's a really great way to do it. And then in your last sets, you got to stretch still, but you don't have time to go and stretch. You don't have time to wipe up your mat, clean up everything, and then get ready to go. You know, you may not even have the 5 minutes. So what you do is during your rest periods of your last few sets, say you're doing like ab work, or you're doing calves, or you're doing biceps, you know, you might be burning out your shoulders. In between those sets, you can do some flexibility work. And that's the best bang for your buck, because you don't have to go and sit down and relax and stretch it out afterwards. You're kind of doing it in the midst of it. Now, some people might disagree with that. They might think, okay, you need to focus entirely on your workout itself. But again, you're there. Again, you're doing it. You're not going for perfection. If we were going for perfection, you probably would have time or get paid to do this. And most of us don't get paid to do this. So I always recommend doing it like so then that way you have more time to spend with loved ones, to get some work done, to have dinner with the family or friends, or, you know, go out and have your life. You know, workout is an extension of our life. It is not our entire life. So warming up, time crunch, do it for the first few sets. Whatever you feel is important, the activation ones, right? Lunges, you might do that in between doing squats or something like that. And then also doing a little bit of cardiovascular work, you can do that in between those sets as well. But if you do have the time, then I highly recommend that you do some foam rolling, definitely beforehand, maybe some activation exercises, some dynamic stretching is very, very key. But that'll be a really great start for your warm-up. And then cool down. We're not really talking about cool down, but again, it can be part of this whole efficiency tactic. So one little motivation thing I want to give you is your fitness journey is a series of choices. So when time is tight, just remember, even every moment counts. A proper warm-up isn't just about preventing injury. It's about optimizing your performance and getting the most out of every workout. Prioritize your health because you deserve it. As cheesy as it sounds, you do. So if you're ready to take your fitness to the next level, we are taking on one more client. We had one sign up this weekend to the Lean Athlete Blueprint program. This is a personalized program, and if you are feeling stuck, you're spinning your wheels, like nothing is going anywhere, or you're just not seeing the results that you want to see, and you're doing whatever you can, and it's just not working, we're going to definitely tailor everything for you and make it customized for you, and not change too much of what you're already doing, but we want to enhance it to make it a better, realistic way for you to get yourself into that habit for those 90 days that we like to work with people. Sometimes we work more with them, but regardless, if you need help getting started, this is going to be a fantastic way to begin for those virtually guaranteed results for yourself. Want to lose 15 pounds? Fantastic. We have people that gain 15 pounds in those 90 days or less. So if you find this is you, if you feel like you're losing confidence, your energy levels aren't there, and you're just sick of doing the fad diets, this is going to be something that's going to really benefit you. So if that is you, you can reach out to me on social media at FitNatics. There's also our free community on Facebook, Fit After 30 Facebook group, with a 3-week nutrition course. We post we post private, not public, exclusive recipes in there that no one else sees except for yourself. We post daily on the social media, and then TikTok at FitNatics as well. But yeah, Facebook's gonna be a big one for you. So yeah, hopefully you're gonna apply this newfound knowledge to your warm-up regimen. If you have any more questions on warm-up, or if you do feel stiff, you feel tension, or any of that, just let me know. Love to talk to you and just discuss how we can help you out. But thanks for tuning in to the Lean Athlete Lifestyle Show. We'll see you all tomorrow for day number 10. We're going to double digits now. Super excited about that. We'll see you later.